Good day and welcome to your favorite sport program on TV, 360 Sport. Today is going to be an interesting moment on the show as we are focusing on an interesting sport that is developing, a sport that you probably haven't witnessed before in this country. I'm sure, especially those of us in the city of Lagos, perhaps you probably must have seen it elsewhere. In TBS or one way or the other, but it has not really been a sport that a lot of people can be part of. But some group of companies and young men are putting resources together to make motorsport visible in Nigeria. So that, and I'm speaking to one of the co-founder of one of the co-founder of the race, talking about Bukola Feyinshito. It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Interesting innovation ideas that a lot of people will want to be part of that you're doing. So tell us about the development of motorsport in the country.
Okay, so I would say that the development of motorsport has been a long way coming in Nigeria. We just happen to be coming in at this time after a series of extensive researches to determine what's the best way to create a sustainable motorsport ecosystem in Nigeria. Hence the reason why we came up with what we call the XKART race series. The XKART race series is simply an off-road race kart, 200 cc's, a cage, wheels, off-road race kart, 200 cc kart. It's a cage, wheels, and engine at the back, variable shocks in front, and static shocks at the back. So, we believe that this is the best platform to help, lay the foundation for that motorsports ecosystem that we've been longing to have in Nigeria for so long.
So you think the country is ready and in a very good state to welcome the sports?
See, I think the country has really always been ready. It's a question of when or how or what model for which to launch it. Several different attempts have been made at motorsports, and we are just coming in at this point in time for trying out the model at which we've come up with. So in our own view, we think that this is the right place to start, with the XKART races.
Okay.
Yes.
But we've seen incidents where the races always tend to fail in the past. I mean, we've seen when people don't continue in this promotion, or they don't continue in developing the sport. I will not say this one particular reason is why, but why do you think in your position right now believe that other companies, individuals, brands that tend to promote the sport don't see the light of the day after the first or second edition?
Okay, so quite a number of brands have been interested, right? However, when you're starting something new that has never really been done in the way you are doing it, I guess it's a case of where you have the observers trying to see how long will it last, how feasible it is in Nigeria. Is this the right model? So I think it's a case of where a lot of companies are just standing by the sides and just trying to observe. Because in the past, a lot of companies are sort of latched onto events that would happen, and they sort of basically would fizzle out. So hence is the reason. And most events are usually a once in a year kind of event, whereas ours is a race series, and we're going to have 7 races in the year. That's the XKART race, and we've already done the first race and the second race. The first race had a good turnout. The second race had a much better turnout. Now we are going to the third race, which is going to be happening in Shagam in Laramoki on the 4th of May. And we are quite optimistic of the expected participation from race teams, spectators, and potentially as well sponsors. But be that as it may, we've decided to backed it as much as possible with as much funding as we possibly can to give it that runway till it becomes, or till it gets to a point where, you know, it becomes mainstream, you know, in Nigeria, starting with Shagamu and Ondo Ilaramoki.
So, but why do you think this is? Why do you think this is the right time or the right thing to do? Why do you think yours or your promotions, the company and your colleagues, why do you think this is the right thing to do? Why do you think this is the best thing to do? Because we are looking at a situation whereby others in the past must have not continue in the process of making people. So why do you think yours, the XKART series and all that, would be the right thing to? Why do you think you will continue?
Okay, so before we came up with the XKART model, over the past years, through my company Metallic Horses and my partner's company, Work and Play, we've sort of been behind the scenes. You know, the whole idea is before you can decide to say you want to go ahead and do something, you want to know what has been done in the past. What are the ways for which you can actually improve it? What are the pitfalls that the ones in the past, you know, had, and ensure that, okay, fine, you don't, you know, fall into those same pitfalls as well. So hence is the reason why for us it's not just something we just dream of. You know, this is over 15 years of research, documentation, putting together a plan, and, you know, saying, okay, fine, what is the best way to sort of enter, you know, location wise, you understand, you know, age range wise, appeal to the industry, appeal to universities, appeal to, you know, the state as well, because motorsports is one of the ways for which any state or any location within the country can attract a lot much more revenue in terms of tourism, attractions and all that.
Yeah, what do you think what you've encountered on the way? But I know you've encountered so many things on the way, but you keep pushing, and I'm sure you've overcome some of them. But what is the biggest challenge you've faced so far in this nice voyage to enable Nigeria to have the motorsport system?
One of the biggest challenges we've faced so far is not really organizing the race, but, you know, bringing the products in that is going to be used. I'm talking about the race vehicles. Okay. You know, having the race vehicles in country, selecting the race vehicle that we believe is right for the motorsports model, and after each race, you know, ensuring that, you know, each race vehicle is sort of maintained such that it's prepared for the next race. They're like small pitfalls, but over time we sort of improved on it. For us, and I wouldn't say these challenges are big challenges, really. It's a case of one, deciding to do it. Okay. I wouldn't really say there is a right time and a wrong time. Once there's something to do and you put a plan in place, it's best you do it immediately, you understand? So that way you can learn from the journey, which is what we are currently. It's a learning process for us. It's an experiment, and so far the experiment has been interesting, rewarding and encouraging, you know.
And you feel that you and your partner has what it takes to make this a continuous process, because that's just one underlining factor we need to consider.
Yes.
People want to see something continuous, because you never could know how much you attain if you drop along the way.
Yes.
So how do you think you can sustain this?
See, by the grace of God, right, you know, I believe we are in here for the long haul. We hope everything goes well, right? But we are holding in faith that, you know, one, we have faith that it would actually work, and two, you know, we have both committed to it, and the goal here is that as we have committed to it, it's an ongoing research process for us. So we are always looking for ways to improve, either in the sports, either in the promotion, or either in the how people sort of perceive it, either in the safety aspect as well.
Interesting. Before I go to the next major question,
please.
I'm sure a lot of our viewers will want to be part of this. So let's ask, how long has this been going on?
Okay, so for XKART, right, we did the maiden test launch in December, I believe December 17th last year.
Oh, okay.
That's when XKART officially sort of started, where we brought in the race vehicles and we tested it on the racetrack to see that if they were the right kind of vehicles or off-road race cars for off-road race cars for the race itself, because it's off-road for several reasons: safety, durability, being able to actually also people's bodies while they are racing for 35 laps. So we did that test. So the official first race actually started on the 17th of February, which was one that held at the Shagamu Walk and Play Race Arena. Then the second race was one that happened during the Ondo Auto Rally, which was at Ilaramok in Ondo State. Now the third race is going back to Shagamu. We've had a few lessons from Shagamu twice, because the launch was in Shagamu, the first race was also in Shagamu, and we believe that in the next race that is going to be there will be, I would say basically the third event, second race, and the goal is that what we've gained and learned from the first two events that happened there, we can sort of improve on that in terms of the delivery, of excitement and delivery and excitement to the participants and the spectators.
Okay.
Yes.
Before we go to the next major question, if you're
Please.
just joining us, we've been speaking with Bukola Feishito, who I'll call him an initiator, many things, trying to make sure that motorsport in the country. We'll now go to our second major question, which is creating an ecosystem for motorsport in the country. How do you create that ecosystem? What's your plan? What's the blueprint like?
Okay, so I'll give you part of the blueprint, right? So in the country right now, Nigeria is trying to develop the automobile industry. We have the NEDDC, myself and my partner, we are basically in conversations with some people like the NEDDC to see how we can sort of, further, and help with the development of the automobile industry. That is one. Motorsports, basically sports when it comes to basically automobiles generally. For example, look at Formula One. Formula One is one of the main platforms for which the major automobile producers or manufacturers go and test certain technologies on the track before they decide to roll it out in production. You understand? Or make it commercial in the marketplace. That's simply that's part of our strategy. And also engaging the tertiary institutions as well. When you engage the tertiary institutions, you get a lot of young, should I say, university students, undergraduate, getting engaged in the STEM fields that's related to automobiles, so they can sort of come in, build a race cart, come to the track, test it, race it. If they win, if they don't win, they know what to actually do to improve. But then that also sort of ingrains that knowledge or that creativity to work on different parts of cars, on plugs, engines, how to get better performance out of vehicles. So this is just, and there's also a tourism side to it, right? That's the commercial side. When a racing event is actually happening, hospitality businesses, get a boost, you understand, and the entertainment industry relating to motorsport also, that sort of basically gets a boost. So imagine, what has not been done before in Nigeria, you understand, suddenly basically gets done. And we are also going to be promoting what we call local race stars, racing champions from Nigeria. Before you know it, the industry will grow to a point where you could have people that are having careers, in either basically being a race manager or a race driver. You understand? There are just so many angles to it, and this is what will actually ensure that industries, commercial companies see it as an opportunity or a platform to promote their brands, promote their products, and also, it's also part of avenues for which you can actually, add CSI for a lot of companies that want to develop indigenous talent. You understand?
Before we go on this quick break we are about to have right now, how many years span do you have to ensure that target did you give? You ensure that the ecosystem is already at least halfway or in full cycle?
Okay, so a full cycle will be 1 year, right? For a race series. And once you do that 1 year race series, you evaluate it at the end of the year and look for areas to improve on how to make the series better. Be it okay, fine. Is it technical related? Is it sponsorship related? Is it venue related? Is it safety related? You know, so the whole idea is this journey is like I said before, it's a learning journey. It's a learning experiment for us. So it's best we keep it as a one year full cycle. You understand? So that way, really, it gives us time to plan quickly and change. But every race itself is also a learning cycle for us. Basically, it's just a small minute tool of the whole 7 races that we'll have in a year. That would help us also decide whether we want to increase the number of races in a year or also reduce the races. So there are so many angles to it: hospitality, business development, entertainment, you understand, commercial promotion, sponsorships,
we go on this quick break. We're still talking about the development of motorsport in Nigeria, and also we likely will be talking also about creating an ecosystem in a country whereby it will become like a football match. Everybody will get involved. Every sectors will get involved. So let's go for this quick. When we come back, we'll still be looking at more stories with regards to the motorsport in Nigeria. Welcome to your favorite channel when it comes to sport, 360 Sport. Wonderful speaking with Bukola Feisheton on development of motorsport in the country. We've also been talking about creating an ecosystem that will enable every Nigerian now sees motorsport, just like football, just like tennis. And this has nothing to do with government intervention. These are young men who are bringing brains together. They've traveled wide and far to enable that some of the things we travel for will probably get it in the country. And still talking on the creating an ecosystem for the motor race. I'm sure with your blueprint and what you've said so far, it's a very interesting thought process.
Yes.
Now, what do you think have been the challenges you've been facing? Why? Because at this process, the ecosystem is still going on. You're already creating it. It's not a time span. It's a continuous thing. So what are the challenges you face so far?
So the challenges in the past that we've faced right now is we've tried over the years to look for, should I say, venues closer to Lagos that we could, get our races to run, right? Because one of the things that you need, first of all, to run a motorsports event is that you need a location, right? A racing location, which has to significantly be able to accommodate your races. Then you also need basically the tools to be able to race. You need the vehicles, the racing vehicles, to be able to, because that's the object of the product you're trying to create. So that was really a challenge. This just last year, it just happened to be that we had 2 venues that were open to us. We haven't found a place in Lagos, but if there's someone that's willing to, if the Lagos State government decides that this is something that they would like to,
even if there's going to be a place in Lagos, but it's going to be outskirts Lagos, something like Ekpe.
Well, because
for the landmass I've seen in your videos.
Yes, for the landmass you've seen in the videos that we have. So that is, to be honest, I'm not particularly sure about how the geography is. You'll be surprised where land is in Lagos.
You're right.
You understand what I'm trying to say? You'll be surprised where land is in Lagos. And talk about even the fact that there's a lot of land being created from places that it didn't exist before.
Exactly.
So we like the fact that Lagos is a dynamic place. It's a dynamically evolving part of the country where you can never write Lagos off for anything.
Definitely not.
So that's about as it is right now. The locations we have are currently Shagamu at Shiun and Ondo Ilaramoki. Somewhere inside Ogun State, further deep inside Ogun State as well. So we also have another 100 acres of land that we hope to also maybe develop as well to make it a 3rd location for races. Because racing really, or motorsports events, tend to travel around different countries.
Oh, okay.
If you
yes,
follow,
exactly.
yes, exactly. So if you follow even the series that happen locally in several different parts of the world, and the reason why is because there's a lot of moving parts. There's a whole logistics behind it. People move cars, move vehicles, move a whole setup generally, and it usually takes quite a lot of time, money. But what it does for the location that hosts the event is it pulls in a lot of commercial activities to those locations. You understand? The hotels get the first boost. The drinks industry also get the first boost. The entertainment industry basically gets the economy of that location itself. They get a significantly huge boost. I mean, Formula One annually, wherever they go, I mean, it's in the hundreds of millions of dollars. I think 360 in the last one. You understand? That is really what a country stands to really sort of, the country that hosts them stands to benefit in one season. So it takes a bit of research to see the opportunities here. It can be capital intensive, but it's also very rewarding. I'm telling you, in terms of what it does to your economy, what it does to put the map on the country as well.
Yeah, let me take you a little bit, and I'm sure some of our viewers who are testifying to this testify to some of what I'm about to say now, because we are been covering the marathon for a long time, and there was a certain time there was no marathon in the country. The initiator and everybody that has to do a marathon was saying that why would a city like Lagos not have a marathon race? We have the New York Marathon, we have the Boston Marathon, we have the Cape Town Marathon, we have Dubai Marathon, the Tokyo Marathon. So the major city, what stands them out are this marathon. And the initiator and the sport person himself, Bukola Lakwade, said that, we should have a marathon in this country. And that brought about the revival of marathon races in the country. They've gone, they're about to go platinum now. They've gone gold level under 9 months. Next year will be the 10th edition. Are you looking at saying, why won't a city, because most cities have a auto race, why won't a city like Lagos have a motor race? Why won't they, because that might be the first thing that should propel.
It would be fantastic actually if Lagos has,
because it's
Lagos is the commercial nerve of Nigeria. You understand? Why, if not, why not? If the opportunity arises, I mean, to be honest, it would be.
And from your own experience, do venues matters where you locate? For example, it's not going to sound well, but Shagamu is close here, 30 minutes. We cannot call it a Lagos thing.
No, it's an Ogun State thing.
It's an Ogun State.
It's an Ogun State. Although we have not engaged the, I personally have not engaged the Ogun State government yet, even though we've written a letter, really. But I mean, it's currently privately driven and privately funded currently at the moment. And our goal is, if we can build it, that hopefully the state will see it as something and also be part of generally.
So let's look at the coming series.
I'm from Ogun State, that's why.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's look at the coming series.
Okay, yes.
In Shagamu.
Yes, in Shagamu. That's race 3 of the XKART race series.
Okay, that's phase 3 of the XKART race. So which race company are we expecting? Because you can see from, we saw earlier, what team are we expecting? What qualifies them to participate?
Okay, so these are the, what qualifies them to participate? So we've sort of made it easy and simple for people to be able to want to engage or participate. Our barriers are not, there are no barriers really particularly. If you have a driver's license and you have a group of friends, you can form a team, give yourselves a race team name and enter the race. It's as simple as that.
So where would they get the race car from?
So right now, because we are promoting it and we are developing it, we also have the race carts available for the participants to rent after the race entry as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so there's a rental fee and there's a what they call a caution fee, because that we need to put that in place so that people that come and rent our carts, they don't just basically go and drive the cart and sort of destroy it or run into other people. You understand? So we put a refundable caution fee, because that's incentive for people to want to make sure that they return back the cart to us in one piece and they get their refund on their caution fee.
Okay, now let's seems that what other things should you also be expecting?
Okay,
apart from and the names of the teams, is anyone ready?
Okay, so no, all the teams are in the first race, yes, because you mentioned it was just that you asked that other question. So, so far the participation we've had in the race right now, we've had 6 teams participate in both races. We've had Team X, which are basically the ones that have been carrying the championship, they're leading the championship. Then we have Team Work and Play, right? And we also have Team Metallic Bull Crushers, which was an offshoot from a biking club. They are Metallic Bull Riders, so they call it Metallic Bull Crushers. That's their racing team name. Then we also have Team Fame. They came third in the last session. Then we also have Team Oisba, which is a team formed by the Oyo State Bikers Association. Then we have Team Elizade, which is the team from Elizade University. So it's sort of spreading wide, and the goal is that we are going to keep it to just 10 teams, because the goal here is to ensure that the racing event happens safely, without any mishaps.
Lastly, any prize money, any side attraction?
Oh yes, so every race.
Taking place on May 2nd, right?
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes.
We're taking place May 2nd?
May 4th of May, Saturday, 4th of May.
Just a one-day event?
Yes, it's a one-day event, really. So it's Saturday, 4th of May. Now, for every race, there's prize wins to be won. And at the end of the series, there's also a prize series win to be won. So the total financial commitment we have currently right now to the race in terms of prize wins is between 5.5 to 6 million.
Oh, interesting.
Right, which is what so there's a win to be won at the end of the series, and there's a win to be won at every race. So first, the winner of the every race there's a 250 allocated first prize. That's 250,000 first prize, 150,000 second prize, and 100,000 third prize at every race. So we are giving a 500,000.
And that's like a summation, and that sums up to that 6 points.
No.
That's also a separate.
That's a separate one. So every race there's a race win of 500,000 that we're giving out, and at the end of the race series there's also a series win. So every race there's 500,000 that we're giving out. At every race in prizes. And at the end of the series, there's a 2 million you are giving out at the end of the series. The series winner gets 1 million at the for first prize. Second prize is 500,000, and the third prize is 250,000.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
Bukola Faisal, for being part of this show.
Yes.
We are open, and 360 Sport and TV 360 will definitely give the necessary support.
Thank you. We look forward to that.
For something as huge as this.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. It's been 360 Sport, interesting moment on the show. Several topics to talk about. You can be part of us on a social media platform on talking about the development of motorsport in Nigeria. You can drop your message on the comment section and tell us what you need to know about either Mr. Bukola or the race itself. So this is all on today's program. I remain Mudashirshitu. Thanks for watching.